own a home or have plans to in the future? Or are you upside down in your mortgage and need help? Tune in right now to the Call Toni Real Estate Radio Show with Toni Patillo and her co-host Carla Dennis. This is where you come to learn about buying real estate. Here's Toni.
Hello, Los Angelinos. I'm your host, Toni Patillo, and you're listening to Call Toni Real Estate Radio here on KEIB AM 1150, The Patriot.
Toni, we have a special guest in studio with us today.
We do. Michael Lushing. Michael Lushing is with Lushing Realty Advisors. He's a third-generation Los Angeles real estate professional and prides himself in creating long-term symbolic relationships with his clients that would make his father and grandfather proud. His niche and expertise is focused on working with regional, national, and international retailers, regional and national expansion plans and strategies. He also represents landlords looking to fill space with quality retailers that match the merchandising ambience of their centers. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Thank you for having me, Toni. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's very, very exciting to have you with us.
When a potential tenant comes to me, they're very vulnerable.
Sure.
They have a dream, they have a passion, they've always wanted to open a store. And they believe that whatever they're selling, everybody wants it. Sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong. And frequently they have an idea, but there's no business plan. They know they want to be on a certain street, but they don't know what it's going to cost. They just think they're going to open a business, put the doors open, and the people will come. And no matter how good a product might be or how good they might be in selling that product, the universe doesn't work that way. You have to make it easy for people to find you. You need to locate in an area where your customer is. And sometimes people, because their budgets don't allow them to be in the best area, they will take a secondary or tertiary location, thinking, okay, well, this is the best I can afford, but they're setting themselves up to fail.
Yeah.
Because the adage in real estate, commercial, is location, location, location. It sounds kind of trite, but it's true.
Yeah.
Because it's hard enough to sell. You hear about restaurants failing all the time,
Sure.
Retail stores. Even if you do it right, it's still really hard to succeed. There's a ton of competition out there.
Yeah.
And so many tenants do shortcuts, either out of ignorance, they don't have the money, so they think that if they open in a location, it's the best they can afford, they'll still be fine. And my role has been over the years to work with them because I'm in a business as a consultant, as a broker, where 100% of my compensation is via commission. If a tenant signs a lease with me, I get paid. And if they don't, I don't get paid. So most of the folks out there who do what I do are thinking about themselves, and they want their commission. And if a tenant fails, it's a shame, but they still make their money. They don't have to give it back if the tenant doesn't succeed. But somehow early on, the way my father raised me was to do the right thing, just to do right by people. The greatest rewards for me is when a tenant opens their doors on their first day of business. I love that. It's fresh, it's new, it's exciting, the dream is all there. And the saddest day is when the call comes that we can't pay our bills, the people aren't coming. So I've spent the last 30 years doing my very best to set people up, individuals up to succeed. Chance of making money at 15 a foot are all but impossible.
Yeah.
But people say, ooh, I want to be there.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, but you can't. Because the folks that are on Abbott Kinney or Rodeo Drive or these high-profile streets, these are usually billboard stores, which means they're not there to make money. They're there because they need to have an identity. They have to have their brand on these streets. I made the decision, just go with what felt right and what I thought I could potentially do better because I liked it.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it just to make the money. It was something, if I enjoyed it, thinking the money would come from there. Tenants like, my business is great. I'm not failing. I'm not worried. Of course. Personal guarantee means they can come after the individual or the couple if they're married for everything they own. So as a tenant and representing tenants, it's my role, if at all possible, to minimize what a tenant has to expose.
Yeah.
An LLC or something where they can protect their assets.
Wow.
So if the business fails, they don't lose everything in their life.
We want to remind you that we're here every Saturday at 3 p.m. on Call Toni Real Estate Radio here at KEIB AM 1150, The Patriot, where we're committed to bringing you tools for positive change. If you tuned in late and you'd like to go back and listen to the full show, please go to calltoni.com. That's calltoni with an I.com and click on the prior shows link. You can always call us on our off-air number. Again, that's 888-309-9797. That's 888-309-9797. We want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and friend us on Facebook. And as always, we want you to have a magical, magical weekend.